Hello everyone, my name is Josephine and welcome to my presentation. Today I'll be sharing my learning experience with reality therapy and how this approach has reshaped the way I understand the counseling relationship. More importantly, I'll reflect on how it has influenced the way I see human behavior, responsibility, and change. So please join me in my sharing. Reality therapy was developed by William Glasser and it is grounded in an idea that I find both simple and deeply meaningful. At its core, reality therapy focuses on behavioral choices, the actions we choose every day. It recognizes that all human behavior is driven by our attempt to meet our five basic needs that is, love and belonging, power, freedom, fun, and survival. What truly captured my attention is that it reminds us that we are not prisoners of our past and we are not powerless victims of our circumstances. Instead, we have the ability to make new choices that move us closer to the life we desire, what Glasser refers to as our quality world. This perspective marked a major shift in how I understand change. Now, the therapy is built on three core principles that work closely together. The first is choice. The approach emphasizes that our behavior is chosen. Even when it feels like there is no alternative, reality therapy challenges individuals to recognize that they are still making choices in how they act and respond. Now, the second principle is present focused. Rather than spending time analyzing the past, reality therapy asks a very direct question. What are you doing right now? And how is it working for you? The third principle is responsibility. Clients are encouraged to take ownership of their choices, not through blame or judgment or shame, but through empowerment. When individuals accept responsibility, they also reclaim their control over change. Now, these principles together create a counseling framework that is both challenging and liberating for the client. Now, this slide represents one of the most powerful lessons reality therapy has taught me about helping relationship. Just like renovating a space, it is about transforming something chaotic into something functional. It shows us that life can be reconstructed through intentional choices. People do not have to remain stuck in dysfunctional patterns. They have the power to move toward their quality world. But this transformation would require several things: ownership of one's current situation, the willingness to evaluate existing choices honestly, and the courage to make new decisions even when these decisions or choices feels uncomfortable. This understanding reshape how I view clients' struggle. Instead of seeing them as helpless, I now see them as capable individuals who may simply need a little bit of guidance to recognize and activate their own power. Now, this transformation process reflects our inner growth and our commitment to positive change. Change is not imposed from outside, but something that begins internally through conscious and intentional, responsible choices. By embracing new choices, individuals can now transform confusion into clarity and chaos into direction. Reality therapy has significantly influenced how I approach counseling in my current workplace. This slide reflects the idea that effective counseling is not about removing obstacles for clients, namely the pebbles on the roads that you see. Instead, it is about removing barriers to clarity and empowering clients to navigate challenges themselves. That is, through the stones, through the pebbles on the road. Reality therapy has equipped me with a clear structured way of working through difficulties. I now rely on directive but more respectful questions such as: what do you want? What are you doing now? Is it working? What is your plan to change it? Now, these questions act as catalysts for change and provide both myself and my client, namely the student, with a clear roadmap forward. Now, for example, working with university students who struggle with academic pressure, procrastination, or being having career uncertainty, how do I guide them through a structured and practical process rather than feeling overwhelmed by assessments or deadlines? How do I help them from shifting from being feeling stuck to feeling empowered? Now, one of the most practical tools in reality therapy is the WDEP framework. where W means wants, where we help them to identify what they want, that is completing assessments, graduating successfully. D is doing. We examine the current behaviors, probably maybe something about procrastination, avoidance, excessive time on social media. And E, evaluate, where we reflect together whether these behaviors are actually helping the student in achieving what they want. Then next, we do the planning to come up with clear, realistic, and actionable steps, such as scheduling study time, consulting lectures, studying with peers, and break the tasks into manageable goals. Now, what once felt overwhelming becomes achievable. Now, this quote captures the heart of our reality therapy. We are always choosing, always creating, shaping our reality with each decision we make daily. It reminds me that every choice, no matter how small, either moves us closer or further away from our quality world. Now, this realization is both confronting and empowering. My key takeaway from this therapy is that effective helping is about empowering choices, not eliminating struggle. I'm not here to fix people, but to help them recognize their own capacity to choose differently, that they have the power to change. So, thank you for joining me in reflecting, in my reflection on my learning journey. So, remember, take control, make choices, and create change. Thank you.